Alright, this video wasn't really expected for me to record because I know my eye looks a little fucked up. Raphina's out for minimum a month, and I'm pissed, okay? First of all, before we start, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe. Changed where I'm making my video today. You know, obviously you can tell by the back, sitting on a different chair, stuff like that. This video is not gonna be long. I just wanted to get into the injury. Raphina is suffering a hamstring injury, which I believe was the same injury that he had a couple of months ago when he was out for a little bit. Brazil played a friendly against France yesterday, and they got fucking cooked. And Vinny played like shit. Shock. Raphina was not that good too, but so Raphina came off injured during the game. And now they said that he's out for minimum a month. And apparently, according to the Barca medical staff, you know how inconsistent they are. You know, one day they'll tell you, oh, this player's out for like a month. And then they'll tell you, oh, no, he's out for 3 months. Like, for fuck's sake. I feel some kind of way about it because, first of all, let me say this. Speedy recovery to Raphina. Apparently, before the game, they said that Raphina was suffering fatigue and they still decided to play him for a fucking friendly, which makes no fucking sense. If one of your players said they feel tired, I understand, you know, he has to play still, even though I wouldn't if it's a friendly. But if your player is playing fatigue, why is he playing? I think Raphina, I don't remember. I barely watched the game. Raphina was playing for like 60-something minutes. I don't really know. Y'all could enlighten me in the comments, but I think that's what I saw on FootMob when they saw like the injury and they substituted him out, whatever. Then, all right, this is gonna sound crazy. As I said before, I don't care what you believe in. I don't care, you know, mostly Barcelona fans are gonna watch this. If you're a Barca fan, you know we believe you know. At the end of the day, no matter what you believe in, we're all Barca fans. I don't give a fuck if you think Ferran Torres is world class. We're still Barcelona fans at the end of the day. We're still in one, even though that's a crazy ass statement. People are blaming Ancelotti, which I give him partial blame for it, because if your player is saying that they're tired and you still play them and you still start them, especially, then you're the one to blame. I agree, but Raphina, like, I've been saying this. I've been banging this drum for the longest. I've been saying this as well. Flick does not rest Raphina and Lamine enough. I'm not blaming this on Flick, by the way. I'm really not. However, he needs to rest players more. For example, at the time that I'm recording this, Spain are playing against Serbia, I think. I don't know. And Lamine is starting. We all know De La Fuente. We all know this motherfucker could be playing against the Dominican Republic. He will start his best players, which I understand from these international coaches, because, you know, that's I understand it. You know what I mean? But also with club football as well, we need to rest our players more. This is why I've been saying Rooney needs to play more. Even though Rashford is shit, he needs to play more. Even the other day, Rooney came out and said, I'm going to put it on the screen. Rooney came out and said, he said something similar to the words, I'm unhappy that the fact that I don't play enough, but I accept it. But we turned the guy into a cuck, okay? We literally turned the guy into a cuck. Where he's like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm winning trophies, I'm on the bench, I'm getting paid, whatever. However, Rooney deserves to play more. He really does. Like, I've been saying this shit for the longest. Rooney really deserves to play more. And, for example, like, let's say what game. Like, there's so many games this season when Raphina could have been taken off. Like, literally, the game against Vallecano, where I understand I would have played both Rashford and Rooney. I would have taken off both Rashford and Lamine. I know Lamine got substituted off and whatever, but Raphina should have never played the whole game because he was shit the entire game. So that's very unfortunate. We literally play Atleti in 2 weeks. We played them 3 times in 8 days, I believe, because we played them in La Liga. We played them in the Champions League, and then we played somebody else in La Liga. I don't remember. And then we played them, and then we played the second leg to them again. I think the only advantage is that I believe that the first leg is at the Camp Nou, so we better slap the shit out of them. So when we go to the Metropolitano, we're comfortable. Yes, Raphina's injured, which is very unfortunate. But I think the only person who's not really complaining about this injury is Rashford. And I'm going to say this. I already don't want to sign Rashford. I don't think Rashford is good enough. He's not a Barcelona kind of player. However, I'm willing to give chances. Rashford. I'm saying this shit like he's watching this shit. In my opinion, guys, this is the point. This is where we need to prove if Rashford is good enough to sign for us as backup or not. Depending on how Rashford performs in the time that Raphina's out, if he performs good, I'll keep him. I'll pay the 30 million. If he ship that motherfucker back to Carrington right now. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Also, now, as I've been saying before, and I'm saying this again, we're gonna see this more often now. Now our left-hand side is gonna be more exposed because basically our best defender is gone. Raphina is our best defender. The way this guy presses and the way the guy helps the left backs, I've been saying this over and over and over and over and over again. I've been saying this over and over again. No matter how shit Balde is, Raphina makes his job easier for him. No matter how good João Cancelo has been since he started playing, yes, I give full credit to João Cancelo, but his job would be way much harder if Raphina doesn't press the entire back line of the opposition and all the other players. If it would make the left back's job harder. However, with Rashford, you're not gonna get that. Rashford's not gonna press his man. He's not gonna do none of that shit. Like, there was this one opportunity in the Vallecano game where we almost conceded because I'm not really blaming Rashford in that sense, but if that's Raphina, that opportunity for Vallecano would never happen because Raphina is pressing his man. Like, he'll put pressure on him. Rashford is not that kind of guy, which you know what you're gonna get from Rashford. Like, Rashford is just straight pace and power and good at free kicks. That's it. But yeah, we're gonna concede a lot more goals with Raphina not being present. However, this is Rashford's opportunity to show I could be a good backup, or even just be a good squad player. Yeah. This is so annoying. Hopefully, I pray to God nobody else gets injured because Lamine and Pedro are playing right now. Kabarsi's playing as well. I pray that nobody else gets injured. That's the end of today's video. Yeah, I did this shit with a fucked up eye. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.